Alright, so now we're going to put the rotor on. I'm going to clean up the hub surfaces, put some anti-seize on it, put the rotor on with the screw, and then we can adjust the parking brake shoes on this side. The service manual says to use a mid-size screwdriver through one of the bolt holes to turn the star wheel there, and it says to move the star wheel until the wheel until the rotor or wheel can't be turned, and then back it off a bit. I don't know if I'll do it that way. Usually I'll go until it's just making contact most of the way around, and then later on we'll get to adjusting the handle inside the car. I'll get this side put together, and then we'll put the other side together to the same point, and then we can do the parking brake handle and then move on to calipers and pads. Okay, so for now it's looking like we're going to have to leave the parking brake shoe adjuster backed off all the way. I finally got it so that it's not really touching. It still touches for part of the rotation. So it's definitely going to need to be readjusted once it gets used a little bit, although parking brakes aren't supposed to actually wear because you're not supposed to use them while you're moving. There's some surface rust on the inside from them being machined, so I'll probably drag them just gently at low speed a little bit once it's rolling to clean up the surface, and then we'll have to come back and readjust the star wheel in there once the surface is cleaned up and they get seated a little bit. But for now we'll leave it backed off all the way. So we'll go to the other side, I guess, and get the other side to the same point as this side, and then we can go inside the car and we'll remount the parking brake handle, probably just temporary for now because we have to put the carpet back in later. We'll remount the parking brake handle so we can adjust the cables, and that should be about it for parking brake for the time being, and then we'll carry on with the rest of the back brakes. Okay, so I think we're ready to put the rear carrier and caliper and pads on now. Some anti-seize on the bolts and the carrier here. And the carrier bolts here are supposed to be 50 foot-pounds, and the guide pin bolts are supposed to be 22 foot-pounds. Okay, that's got the carrier torqued. Okay, so now we can get the caliper put on with the pads here. One pad clips into the caliper like that. I thought it would be right against the caliper, but it doesn't seem to be. Okay. Okay, and then 22 foot-pounds for the guide bolts. Before I do that, just trying to remember how this spring clip goes. Has to go. Oh, do I remember how it goes? That doesn't seem right. Go.
Close as you can without it sticking.
I'm sure these are supposed to go behind the panels. Right, I'm gonna have to figure that out, and then we'll get that put on too.